I want you to be sure to join us this evening for WLTZ NBC 38 News at 6, because it's going to have your latest local news and national news, a lot of things going on around the world. And then stay with us for Alabama First News at 7. Now, we've had a lot of great talent on this show lately. Voices out of this world, musicians, but I can say we have had nobody like this man that's coming up. Joining me this afternoon is a man many of you know as Coach Ike. Hello, and how are you doing?
I'm real good. Nice to see you again.
Wonderful, wonderful. You are in your element, sitting among the drums, huh?
Yes, I am.
And let some people who don't know you what you've done in the community for years and years and years.
Well, I'm a retired special educator with 35 years of acceptable teaching experience. I have been a musician, a percussionist, if you will, for 49 years.
Wow.
I just look 22.
Oh, you do.
Well, thank you so much. I'm having a great time. I'm enjoying life. My wife and I.
Yeah, his lovely wife is in the audience. Thank you for being with us and being of support. That's awesome.
Yes, of course, I do have a couple of CDs out.
Yes, I'm holding one. And we can talk about that too. This CD is an instruction CD?
This is actually more or less an entertainment CD.
That's the entertainment. So you have the 2 CDs out. I'm holding the entertainment CD, and this is what you're going to play for us, right?
Yes, I'm going to do a rendition of this particular CD along with a message which I would love to give to our young men in our community.
Okay. And I won't tell them what it's about. They need to hear this. But you say that so many people were asking you, will you teach my son or my daughter to play, that you began to offer the lessons on CD online? Yes,
I did. What happened was when I was at church, I had quite a few parents to ask me if I would in fact teach their child. And it got to a point that it was so many that I decided to develop an instructional CD. And on this particular CD we have what we call rudiments. Rudiments are patterns which drummers have to learn. They're fundamentals.
And this is my question. A lot of drummers grew up in church imitating the drummer before them, and we thought they were very good drummers, and probably were. But is that different from knowing the rudiments?
Yes, it is. In order to be a well-rounded drummer, you need not only to learn the basic beats, but you also need to learn rudiments, and you need to learn how to read.
Did you see Drumline?
Yes, I did. Only about 5 or 6 times.
And it just amazed me how they could hear this beat and then just replicate that beat and then write the notes for the beat. But that's what you're saying. In order to get to that level, that's going to take some work, huh?
Yes, it takes versatility. You know, you can actually make a career of drumming. You know, a lot of military personnel are drummers in the military, and but the criteria, of course, is rudiments and reading, and that's what I advocate, and that's the reason that I developed that particular CD, because beginning drummers don't need to learn all the rudiments. There are 40 essential rudiments. There are 158 hybrid rudiments and endless variations. But if you learn 10 to get started with, then you're on your way.
Wow.
You're on your way.
What are you going to do for us this afternoon?
I'm going to play a rudimental style solo on the drums, and I'm going to incorporate a message to our young men. There is a dilemma in the community, and I think the message is self-explanatory.
Okay, I'll be right back to talk with you. Thanks, Coach.
Okay. That's right, pull them up, pull them up, pull them up, pull them up, pull your pants up, pull them 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 up, pull your pants up. Pull them up, pull them up. That's right, I said it, pull them up. Pull them up, pull them up, pull them up, pull your pants up. Pull them up, 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 pull your pants up. Pull them up. Pull them. That's right. I said it. Pull them up. Pull them up. Pull them up. Pull them up. Pull your pants up. Pull them 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 up. Pull your pants up.
Oh, Coach, that was awesome. Before we go to the break, what made you write that?
Well, my concern. As an educator, I've always had an utmost of concern for children. And even in retirement, I feel that passion. And I felt that if I incorporated my other passion with my desire to educate, then I can, in fact, inspire a modification in children.
So what if the kids tell you, Coach, you're making a big deal out of it. It's just a fashion statement. It's not just a fashion statement.
Well, you know, when you go out to get a job and you don't get that job, it's more to it than just simply it's a fashion statement. It might be depriving you of a source of livelihood.
And you know what, Coach, and I'm going to stick my neck out there too, but I'm a mom and I had 4 boys. And what I had to say was, you know, we dress because our dress makes us feel a certain way. There are certain things I could not make my kids put on. I say, why? Because I'll feel like a geek or I'll feel like this. I said, when you put those clothes on and you look like a gangster, you can't tell me you don't feel a little bit like a gangster, you know. And it's, why do you want to feel that way? Why do you want to be perceived that way? Your clothes not only give an outward expression, but they also make you feel a certain way. Women put on certain clothes, ask your wife, to make you feel sexy. Okay, we put on certain things, and that's one reason why it's hard for them to let it go, because they're identified with it. These clothes say I'm tough. These clothes say I'm the man. These clothes say I get all the girls, and the other clothes say that I'm a student, and they say I'm a geek. You know, they don't want to go that way.
Well, you know, I think we learn by example, and I think that the older generation frowns on this particular dress, and I think in part because it tends to reveal certain parts of your person, as your anatomy, your underwear. These are the kinds of things that I think we probably want our children to get away from.
Yes.
And I think that whether or not we succeed, we still have to give it the old college try.
That's it. That's it. Pull them up. Pull them up. Pull your pants up.
That's it.
Okay, you going to give us another one after the break?
Yes, not a problem.
Okay, thanks so much. We'll wrap up after the break with more of Coach Ike, and we'll have the Facebook question and remind you about the jewelry giveaway right after the break. Make sure you're watching WLTZ tonight. Another new episode of The Biggest Loser starts at 8, followed by Javier Colon and others on The Voice. Then you know you have Jay Leno, Jimmy Fallon, and Carson Daly coming up. And don't forget our Facebook contest. You can win a consultation and free jewelry from your mother or for your mother. Just answer the question, what is your fondest memory of you and your mom? And so much more coming on the next D. Armstrong Show. Denise Clayton talking about overcoming obstacles, about her mom, R&B star Chrisette Michelle, and so much more tomorrow. But before we leave, Coach, how can they get information on your CD? Okay, they can pull up the website. Of course, the first CD, which is the instructional CD, you can find it at www.cdbaby.com/Ike Alexander. The new CD should be on that website hopefully within the week. Okay, and what are you going to leave us with today? I'm going to march us off with a cadence from the 60s. Let's go. A cadence from the 60s.